I don't want to put the expectation on him to come in and change our defense, right? I don't want to put that expectation on him, but he's clearly a quality player, and that's what we needed. And if he's healthy, I think it's an upgrade for sure.
But if he wants to come in and change our defense, go right ahead, Joaquin. Go for it. Have fun.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank. If you're thinking about starting a business or know someone who is, check out Emprise Bank's SBA loans. It's always good to know your options, and they can be your partner in possible.
Hey, you beautiful people. What is going on? It's Daniel Kooser here today with you for another episode of No Other Pod on Kansas City Sports Network. I'm here with someone different today. You may hear him over on my KC Currently podcast, where we talk all things KC Current and NWSL. Christopher Wright's here with me today. Buddy, what's up, man? Thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting me, man. It's always a lot of fun to come over to this side.
I mean, it's the dark side right now. So it's kind of like, I tried to give you a little pep talk before this. I said, hey, let's just try to have fun out there, all right?
That's like what pretty much Peter tells the team, right? Just go have some fun,
Just go have some fun, man.
Go have some fun.
We're just out here podcasting, dude. Go out there. Don't hurt your voice. Have a good time. And that's what we're here to do. Always have a good time. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We got a couple things to talk about today. Obviously, no game recap since we have been out of Leagues Cup. But as always, if you get time, please leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Pod, Spotify, wherever you listen. Really helps people find the show. So, Leagues Cup is still going on, my friend. No sporting. We're taking an extended break. Whereas you might have heard, some of the players have opened a brand new paddle club up in Kansas City. Have you heard of this?
I have not. Fill me in, man.
Are you familiar with what paddle ball? Like, it's paddle. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess the court's a tiny bit smaller than tennis. The paddle is more of like a plastic bat, I think.
It's about pickleball.
No, this is not pickleball. This is called paddle. And I think it originated in Spain, is what I want to say. It's like Padel. Look, Nick, producer Nick, go look this up before you make me feel like a loser. Because Daniel Shallowy and Graham Zusi and, god dang it, I'm drawing a blank. They opened like the first paddle club in Kansas City. You haven't heard of this, huh?
I have not. No, that's pretty cool though.
So, no, not pickleball, paddleball. And I'm like, god dang it, quick. All these racket games are growing in popularity, and I'm like, I guess it's time to get on board.
I feel like they're just making them up as they go at times, and just creating a club out of it. But
exactly. Cool. When I hear paddle, I think like that little paddle with the ball on it. So it's half the size of a tennis court. The paddle is made out of wood or graphite and has holes to reduce air friction. You can play in singles or doubles. It's just a different kind of sport, man, a different kind of paddle. Pickleball is with a wiffle ball. I think paddleball is with a slightly less aired up tennis ball. Right? You following?
I'm following.
Okay.
I feel like I need to play.
Anyways, that's what the players have been doing in their break, man. I've been seeing Shallowy's social media. So now that we've given them a 2-minute ad for this place, that's what's been going on. But Leagues Cup semifinals are solidified, man. And it's all MLS. Like an MLS team will win Leagues Cup this year. League MX did not make the semis, dude. And I think that just shows like the growth of American soccer. Yeah.
A couple of years ago, we would have never thought that this was the situation. The Final Four being all MLS teams. We never thought that, a couple of years ago.
I would not have expected that. All the, God, dude, Colorado beat Club America on penalties, and LAFC just destroyed Seattle 3-0. Philadelphia beat Mazatlan in PKs as well, and then Columbus beat New York City 4-3 on PKs. So there were two Liga MX teams there that could have gone forward. Both those games went to PKs, but I don't know. As if sporting's not in it and it's an international situation, I definitely do root for the league that I'm a supporter of. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, especially since the MLS has come so far, right? And when you compare it to worldwide leagues, I don't think it gets the recognition it deserves. So to see them be the Final Four, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, man. Do you have any favorites out of those teams that could make the finals? I mean, it's Columbus and Philadelphia and LAFC and Colorado. Out of those, man, who's your finals?
I think LA is going to win it.
You think they're? They're the best team.
I don't want that to happen, but I think it's going to happen. I just can't go for Colorado. I don't know why. Definitely can't go for Philly. Cowboys fan here, but Columbus, I do like Columbus. So
yes, dude, Columbus is that's my pick to win the whole thing. If I'm being honest, okay. They just got some kind of power over there. They didn't have to play the group stage or anything like that. They've just been on a different level lately. So that's as much Leagues Cup as we're going to talk about today, because it's what a fast competition too, man. There's games you're playing every 4 days. They're really just knocking it out. Are they going to make you wait for the final? Do you know the date of the final?
I don't have it off the top of my head, to be honest.
Man, I don't either. Literally just looked it up, and I think it's August 25th, right?
Absolutely. If that's the case, that's great.
That's, friggin' next Sunday. So it just makes sense. You don't have to wait till October like KC Current do to go play the championship of their stinking tournament. Isn't that something?
These teams don't want to have to worry about, battling for playoffs while simultaneously worrying about another cup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're kind of ending it at a decent time here.
I got to tell you, this is podcasting with you right now is a little weird on my mental health, in the sense of I really want to talk women's soccer with you. I'm kind of struggling here by staying on course.
We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about too on the women's side. The games, and then we got a preview coming up. So
exactly,
it's a little hard to stay focused. I'm right there.
This episode's one big trailer for the women's side of the podcast. Make sure you tune in on Wednesday, man. Shit's going down.
There is some hardware on the Wednesday pod.
I know. What a time. Maybe it's a made up trophy. I don't care.
I don't care if not many people saw it because it was on Vizio. Who cares?
You know what else is a made up trophy? A karate trophy my parents made for me when I was a kid, so I could win something.
Did they really? Is that true?
Yes. I was in karate and I just didn't want to do it. And I got a trophy for something. They made the shit because my mom was into beauty pageants. So she had trophy parts in our garage at all time. Boxes of trophy parts that you just piece together with bolts, and this goes on top, and you use this marble base. And they made me a karate thing with the guy on top going, "Hiya."
Is that when the participation trophy trend started with you in karate?
It could have been. Because then baseball came around, and I was like, they did participation trophies, and I was like, this is not good. You don't want this trophy. You didn't win nothing. All you did was have your parents pay their hard-earned money for you to be a loser.
Be on the bench.
To ride the pine. That's what they paid for. Now we're just getting deep into childhood memories.
You gotta. Hey, there we go. I'm free to. I don't charge a thing. But
lock it up, dog. Lock it up.
You gotta bust out that trophy if you can ever find it.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be something? That'd be a blast from the past, dude. Because I went to a week's worth, and I was like, I don't like this at all. I did. Come on, I'm on my own. I need a team. I need a team of ninjas. I can't be a single ninja. It's no good. Hey, speaking of ninjas, I shot a Power Ranger movie yesterday. I was the White Ranger.
I saw a couple of pictures. I was gonna.
You saw pictures
about that? Yeah, on your Facebook, if I remember correctly.
And get this, as we were all taking a photo shoot in my backyard and stuff before we went out to this field to film, the actual original Black Ranger FaceTimed us. Yeah. Walter Jones, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
He FaceTimed us, and we're all like, "What's up, man? Nice to meet you." Pretty cool experience.
God, you got to fill me in on that whole entire situation.
Yeah, you saw the helmets too, didn't you?
Yeah,
that was real deal.
Pretty cool. You look pretty slick, all white. Yeah.
I was wearing all white. I was the White Ranger. I thought you were saying my race. Like you were a white guy over there.
Well, no, as I said it, I'm like trying to like remember the clothes in my head. That's what I was trying to like remember as I said it.
I have a vest. I kept that vest. There's like, you can keep it. And I was like, oh, I'm wearing this shit. Like, this feels awesome.
How come it's on the pod? Like, that's...
Come on, I'll go put it on during the break. Well, anyway.
15 seconds. So you get better.
Speaking of, we're going to do a quick break. We're going to try to refocus. We got a new signing to talk about, an Orlando game to preview, and maybe our favorites of the year, at where we stand in August. So also remember, our Mint Mobile hotline, you can call us, not call us, don't call. You can text us at 913-407-6524. Questions and comments about the pod, pictures of your activities. Just text us questions about the pod. We'll get to them when we can. So, going to take a quick break. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
We appreciate you supporting KC Sports Network by listening to our podcast. You have helped us become the highest-ranked Chiefs podcast network in 2022 and 2023. And don't forget about our daily Substack newsletter, the best written analysis you can find on the Chiefs straight to your inbox every day. kcsn.substack.com.
I love a great deal as much as the next guy, but I'm not going to crawl through a bed of hot coals just to save a few bucks. Saving money should be easy, with no hoops and no BS. So when Mint Mobile said it was easy to get wireless for just $15 a month with a purchase of a 3-month plan, I called them on it, and it turns out it really is that easy to get wireless plans for $15 a month. So to get started, go to mintmobile.com/KCSNNOP. There you'll see that right now you can get 3-month plans for only $15 a month, including the unlimited plan. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And if you're worried about keeping your own phone or losing your contacts, with Mint Mobile, you can bring your own phone number along with all of your existing contacts. So find out how easy it is to switch to Mint Mobile right now and get 3 months of premium wireless service for just $15 a month. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/KCSNNOP. That's mintmobile.com/KCSNNOP. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/KCSNNOP. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
Too fast. I couldn't get the vest. I couldn't do it. I didn't even try.
You couldn't even just do the vest, like the waist up. You couldn't make it happen.
It's downstairs. I was never going to make it. I think it's in the hamper. I would have to dig it out. The whole thing.
Be all wrinkled. I get it.
Yeah. Hey, dude, are you a fan of the Alien franchise?
I know where you're going with this, and I have not seen anything but the originals, but I heard this one is really good.
This one takes place right after the very first movie in the timeline, so there's that. But obviously the other movies provide context and stuff, so I'm about to see that movie on Tuesday, and it's going to get scary.
Let me know how it goes.
I mean, I'm going to pee my pants. That's just what it is. That's one of the first horror movies I remember watching. Very scary.
She's going to have to hold you and comfort you the whole time, and
she ain't gonna go. She's like, I am above your low-level sci-fi, sir. She is way above that. Not interested.
Oh, that's funny.
So, dude, I alluded to it before the break. Sporting KC decided to make this signing that's kind of been talked about. There's been some blurbs written and some speeches tweaked to kind of hint that we'd be getting someone. We couldn't tell us what line of play they would play on. Couldn't tell us much of anything, but it's finally here. It's a young man named Joaquin Fernandez. He's 28 years old, 6'3", the big tree of a man, 108 pounds, and he's a Spanish defender, little center back action, and can also play defensive midfield, which I thought was interesting because the man Urrutia has been putting in some freaking minutes, dude, and it'd be nice to maybe say, hey, you don't got to do that much this game. We're going to have Joaquin step in and do the thing. How do you feel about this signing? It feels like you got to start on the defensive line, yeah?
I mean, let me take a look at this. We've let in 52 goals all year, and that's the second worst, I believe. So the crux of our team has clearly been our defense. Well, it's been a lot of it, but the defense has been a big part. And our center backs, I don't think have really been the strength of our team. So we need better, and that's what we got. My only concern is just his injury history, right? And it's a kind of a short-term loan. Or, I'm sorry, not loan. I'm sorry, contract. So we'll have him for this year and next year. But I do like it, man. I do like the signing.
Yeah, I remember someone asked Peter about his injury history in the press conference, and Peter was just like, "He's fine." Like he didn't really want to speak on it. He was just like, "He's good to go."
Yeah.
Because he also mentioned like, we didn't just discover him like today. We've been looking at him for a couple years. I believe he was like, we've been in contact. It's just wasn't the right time then, but we would check in every now and then, and like he wants to be here. He's excited to get us back to winning ways. But like you said, man, we've let in quite a few goals. We also can score too, unless it's against Columbus. We're not really interested in scoring against Columbus very often. But we can score goals, and we've shown that we can score bangers too, man. Agata putting headers away, Eric Tommy hitting stuff outside the box, Johnny, of course, doing Johnny things. Would love to see Shallowy getting back on the score sheet where I know he wants to be. But when you let in goals, you got to fix it. And I think this is that first step, man. I got to say I'm skeptical. I'm a little reserved. I don't want to go head first. I kind of want to dip a toe in, feel how this feels, because it could fail. And we didn't do anything. You see all these other teams signing players. And we've been down this road.
We've been down this road where we only make one signing and transfer window, right? And then we put all of our hopes into this particular player turning things around, because we're always having to turn it around. And it just doesn't work out. And I feel like I don't want to put the expectation on him to come in and change our defense, right? I don't want to put that expectation on him, but he's clearly a quality player, and that's what we needed. And if he's healthy, I think it's an upgrade for sure.
But if he wants to come in and change our defense, go right ahead, Joaquin. Go for it. Have fun. It's just, here's what I want. I want to get excited for this team again. I want to get excited to watch. I want to not be upset to like watch a Wednesday 9:00 game because it's going to go late. I want to be like, I got to stay up late tonight. I get to watch sporting. Like I'm so excited to watch this game. I haven't felt like that in a bit.
This season, with the exception of a couple streaks, feels like it's something we have to do. Like we're obligated to go to a game, obligated to watch it, right? You don't want to miss the game, but it's just a placeholder in your calendar, not something that you're looking forward to, right?
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, I want to look forward to an upcoming game on a Wednesday night where I know I'm going to have to go to work the next morning tired and sleepy, but I don't care because, it's something I'm excited about. We haven't had that.
Sure. I'm not the guy that will bail. Like when I like something, man, I'm going to see it through to the end, till death or whatever. Like I'm all in on my sports teams. But that's not to say I hold anything against anybody. Anyone reserves the right to step away and be like, this does not bring me joy. Why am I doing it? But I'll still watch very passionately and yell at the television. Like I make commentary of my own. Like I'm still very much in it. I just really want to start winning some games, man. And we're making it pretty difficult to pick up points here pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 years, we've had those moments where people wanted to fire Vermees, and then we made the playoffs, and then we eliminated St. Louis. And this year, we had a little bit of a different type of hope, and nothing could really catch on. But hopefully, with this new center back who can play a little bit of a D mid as well, maybe that's starting to turn the corner a little bit. And that's what I'm really hoping for.
I can't remember. I feel like he was said he's a little ambidextrous with his feet. Can play both feet, which is nice. You play him on the right with Fontas or the left with Rosero. It's just another option at center back. You don't have to do a Volader, Robert Volader. You don't have to call up Chris Rindov or something. You know what I mean? Like
it's some versatility, some flexibility. Flexibility.
Pretty sure you just made that up.
There you go.
That's not a word.
Peter could use it though. But yeah, it just gives us that flexibility, right? And our best two center backs, let's just put them in there and let's ride.
Sure. Dude, if we're having trouble giving up goals, what's stopping you from doing like a 5-man back line? Would you entertain that idea at all?
You can't win if you let a bunch of goals in. So,
and he likes to balance that out with the 4-3-3 because conversely, you can't win unless you score at least one goal. So you got, who are you taking on? Put on a fifth defender.
Was the hill that we have to climb? The hill that we have to climb, we have to get 3 points. We can't just, get a draw every game and rest on that.
Glad you mentioned the hill, man. I got the standings open right here because as things sit, we're still where we were before Leagues Cup started. But 24 points, man. 24 points on 26 games. It's not looking great because we got to go into an Orlando game next Saturday, who's not much better at 34 points, but it's still it's not great. Now this is a home game, yeah? Are you going to this game?
I am not. It is a home game, but I have another obligation.
Look at that. See what happens? Sporting used to be your obligation. And now they've been failing at their gameplay that you have lost this man to other obligations. I fully expect them to get you back someday, but I understand.
They'll be back at you. Yeah.
They'll get you. I don't know, man. This Orlando team, they I don't want to say they're mid just because they're middle of the table. I do think they're a very good club, What do you know much about Orlando? Because when you look at everyone else's transfer window and how we haven't really had a good transfer window, have you looked at the guy? Oh, God damn it! What is it? The armchair analyst, Matt Doyle. Have you looked at his grades for everyone's transfer window?
I have not yet. What does he have for Sporting?
Well, first of all, Orlando City. Let's go there. They reportedly re-signed and extended center forward Duncan McGuire. Smart for them.
He's having a good year.
Yes. Their front office have firmly stated they have no intention of selling McGuire, and I firmly believe that this deal was done so that they could negotiate from a position of strength when selling McGuire this winter. So that's something. It didn't move Orlando closer to a trophy of any sort. Doyle wishes they would have found a U22 initiative center back to head into next year, but in the meantime, he gave him a C+. So, not everyone's Miami. Not everyone can spend a lot of money like Miami, right? Yeah. He graded us a C on transfer windows. So, and that's really just signing Joaquin Fernandez on a free transfer. That's good. They don't have to pay a transfer fee, yeah?
Both teams, it's kind of business as usual. Nothing that's going to flip the season on its head. Nothing that's going to, signal a run, right? Like no extra reinforcements. They're just going to ride it out.
Yeah. Dude, he said, if Joaquin Fernandez turns into a starting center back for the next half decade, and that's a very plausible outcome, this will be remembered as a successful transfer window. If not, it will be remembered as a wasted summer in which Sporting's brain trust pushed off the inevitable. Either way, massive changes are coming this winter, though maybe not quite so many as this team needs.
That's fair. I mean, a lot of contracts are coming to an end here shortly. And the next transfer window, we might have some serious action. So,
yeah.
A lot of turnaround, I'm afraid.
Exactly. While we're on the topic of Joaquin Fernandez and transfer grade and everything, I'm going to hit it over to Chip the Keeper of stats. Have you heard of this little segment we do here?
I have not.
No?
I love it. I love it.
Chris doesn't listen to us, just proves he doesn't listen. No, our good buddy Chip, he sends in a big long write-up every week, and I read it word for word, and it's always highly informative, and you can kind of react in real time, so bear with me, man. Interject as you want. Share comments. I'm going to read what he sent me today.
I love it.
Chip said, "Hi, it's me, the numbers man. Let's go. SKC signed a player. Man, if I had a nickel for every time we signed a 28-year-old center back from Spain who played in La Liga and La Liga 2, whose professional career started at the age of 19, has played for 10 years professionally and suffered an ACL injury which took them out for a while, I'd have 2 nickels. Fuck, Christ, I don't want to go on. I don't want to read it anymore.
I love it.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. With everything going on with the signing of Joaquin Fernandez, I thought it would be good to take a look at some of the things with him and see what he's about. Joaquin has played for 3 teams during his career, including Almeria in La Liga 2 before moving up to Real Valladolid in La Liga for 5 seasons. After that, he was with the Turkish league team, but only played in 13 matches with just under 400 minutes played. Also worth noting that Joaquin was only with the Turkish club for just over 400 days. However, in that time frame, he had 10 reported injuries, sidelining him for a combined 162 days and missing 22 games. That's almost 40% of the days he was with the club he spent injured, including the offseason. The longest of these was an ACL injury, which happened on July 8, 2023, only a week after signing with the Turkish club. This injury lasted 86 days and caused him to miss 7 games. Looking at our current back line, this is the same type of injury that Logan and Denbe had. ACL tears are not uncommon among professional athletes, but man, are they annoying. All in all, in his 10 years professionally, he has had 25 separate listed injuries for a total of 407 days out, missing 56 games. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's be a little worried here, folks.
Great write-up by Chip, by the way.
Well, you think I'm done? You think I'm done?
I'm sorry, yeah.
Oh, we're not done. Chip writes. None of this is to say that he's going to come here and suffer some crazy injury, but I'm always concerned about the sheer number of injuries which SKC players have and the length of time which we have to adapt. I'm especially thinking about Ndembe and Remy missing double-digit amounts of games, but also the smaller week-long injuries which take people out here and there. We talk about building a consistent lineup and having an anchor on defense, so here is hoping we can get some good minutes here. With some positives, Joaquin Fernandez is 6'3", which is 2 inches taller than Fontas and Volader and 1 inch taller than Rosero and Castellanos. Having height on the defensive line isn't going to hurt, but my biggest question is how PV is going to utilize this player in the defensive playbook. Are we going to see the defense change with the addition of a player like this? Comparing his stats from the 2022-2023 season in La Liga, which is the last season for which we have a year's worth of data, Joaquin won 80% of his tackles, which is higher than any center back we currently have. Rosero would be closest with just over 71%. He would have also ranked second highest among tackles per 90, only behind Volader. And yes, I recognize that this is comparing a player's current season to another player's former season, but it's all we have to go on at this point. In all reality, I can very much see this as a signing which is meant to show us shopping around for a replacement for Fontas, whose contract expires at the end of this year. We have found someone whose professional experience mirrors that of Fontas in a disturbingly high number of ways, and with him getting fewer and fewer minutes as the season has gone on, having another defensive player in our pocket will do us well, especially considering how the defense has been all over the place, both in trying to fill vacant positions, as well as seemingly lack the discipline to keep attackers marked. According to Transfer Market, his market value topped off at $3 million at a few points in his career, all when he was with Real Valladolid. Since signing with the Turkish club, the value has dropped precipitously. Between 6/13/23 and 5/31/24, the market value dropped from €3 million to €1.5 million. In true SKC fashion, we got him on a free transfer. Last little bit. Personally, I am glad we are making any changes, especially trying to add some bulk to the back line will do us good as a club. In my opinion, trying something new is always better than what has been going on here. What we have been doing defensively hasn't exactly worked well for us, and many fans are disappointed, to say the least. I know I'll be giving him the best shot I can as a fan and hope he'll do the same for the club. Here's hoping for you, Joaquin. Welcome to KC. Go get yourself some burnt ends, and we'll see you at the park. You see those things Chip digs up? You see what he digs up? Are you shocked right now?
I actually am. I'm pretty surprised, but not surprised. He's a very smart and articulate guy, but I love it. What a great write-up, by the way.
Pretty wild that his market value decreased in half over like a year's time. So that's better. Good.
So, silver lining, if his injury, if he can get that straightened out, if he hits a run of good luck with injuries, I mean, we got a guy who was $3 million in transfer value. So on a free transfer. So to me, it just depends on the injury. I think the quality is there. It's just how is Peter going to use him, and can he stay healthy? And if he uses him well, and if he stays healthy, I don't see any reason why he can't be an anchor on our back line.
Agreed. Kind of wonder if we could see him this weekend. It's a possibility. I mean, if he's been training, I guess, for a week, but maybe not. Maybe the trust just isn't there yet. Maybe he just doesn't know the players yet, but you never know.
It's not an emergency situation though either. Where we need a center back and he comes in on perfect timing, then we just throw him out there. I don't think he has to, but I would like to see him out there for a couple minutes.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be totally cool. Do you expect anything out of this game? I think it's coming off a break. I'd like to see us push real hard here to get some kind of 3-point situation.
I mean, we got some time off, right? We got some fresh legs, a chance to take a step back, look at things a little differently. To me, this is a time where we need to make our push. We're fresher than what we have been in terms of time off. If we're going to make a playoff run, it has to be now, and it has to be substantial.
Oh, absolutely. It's got to be now. If we squander this, it's just going to be done, and we're going to stop caring, and you're going to rebuild for next season.
And if we do lose? I mean, that'll put us really, really behind the 8 ball here. And that'd be a very difficult way to continue the season, knowing that you have, almost no chance to make the playoffs, and a lot of these players won't be here next year, and you're just riding out the inevitable. And I don't want that to be the, how we approach the rest of the season.
I would. It's not going to help with ticket sales, that's for sure. It's time to get on a little bit of a run here, and it starts this Saturday. So
Orlando, they're better away than they are at home. Surprisingly, we're better at home than we are away, which is not surprising. So I think they're gonna. I mean, they're battling for a playoff spot too. Orlando is. They're 7th in the Eastern Conference there. So they're 6 points from the playoff line. So to them, we're 9 points back.
They're in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, they're in. Yeah, they're in. But they're probably looking at us, this fresh meat, right?
Oh, sure. Easy pickings, dude.
Easy pickings, fresh meat, blood in the water. Let's go take care of sports.
Pick them while they're down.
Yep.
I'd be like, listen, we need points however we can get it. This is a gimme, boys. Let's get over there, score a good 3-pack of goals, and get out of there.
Yeah. And they're coming in. They have a pretty solid lineup, so I don't know. I don't have a great feeling, but if we have a chance to really get the fans going on Saturday.
You got it. You have a chance here to really do something, to take a step in the right direction. It starts Saturday. So,
yeah.
I'm going to ask you, you've been watching the games just as I have. I had a hell of a summer with theater and stuff. I missed a lot of games, but still watching, after the fact. And do you have who stands out to you on this team, man? Who's been putting the work in? Who's your MVP thus far that you is going to try to put the team on their back?
To me, Eric Tommy.
Good pick.
Tommy. I mean, he's our highest rated player according to FOTMob. Whenever you need something, whenever you need a goal, like he'll get you something. He'll get you an opportunity. He'll get you a chance. He'll get somebody a chance, whether it's converted or not. To me, it goes back to that Miami game when we were in Arrowhead with Messi, right? Like, he played an exceptional game. He put the team on his back at certain moments, and he's had to do that a lot this year. So to me, my guy this year is Eric Tommy. I've been pleasantly surprised by Agata and Memo. Memo has been a great signing, right? He's come in and really helped out our midfield. Agata, that diving header, that's going to be a highlight reel for a while.
Yeah.
But, Johnny Russell is always Johnny Russell. Well, one thing, I'm pretty sure you talked about it real quick after the Columbus game, was how deflated Johnny was. And to see your captain like that, man, that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can turn it around. But to me, Eric Tommy is my guy this year.
what's nice is that I didn't sense that our captain was like giving up by any means. I think he was just like, well, this sucks, but we're gonna fight.
Yeah,
that's what we're paid to do, and we're competitive athletes. So if we don't want to fight, then we'll just go home. Like, we don't be here, kind of a thing.
yeah.
That's just kind of how it is, man. I was equating that to I have a little bit of that in the theater world during the audition process about the being competitive and going in there just to face off against other people that want the part that you want. There's a bit of that in me. And it's nice that I'm not playing soccer anymore, but I still get that competitive nature going on. Pretty weird.
What about you? Who's your guy this year? Who's your
dude? I want to say Willie Agata, but he's kind of like a brand new puppy that needs to be trained a little bit. He's got so much energy, and he's going to put it all in, and maybe he'll hurt himself later because he's diving around and shit, but he's not quite all there yet. He's not developed. He's not doing the things right that most players might do right 10 out of 10 times, where it's like making a bad pass or a bad cross. I want my guy to be Willie so bad because of his effort, and he's willing to create and make things happen. So if it wasn't for all those other things, that's my guy. But Eric Tommy's right there, dude. He's that maestro a little bit, kind of orchestrating things, moving the ball around, being that pivot point to any plays that are going on. And he's not afraid to just let loose one from outside the box.
He's kind of a cliche, but he's a bit of an engine in some of the creativity on our team. Willie, going back to your point about Willie, Agata there, is he the Bill Self quote? I think it was about Tyshawn Taylor. It's like he does things you can't coach, and he does things that makes you think that he's never been coached, or something like that, right? Like,
yeah,
that's what your Agata comments made me think of. But it's so true. But if he can harness that, like you said, he's going to be a dangerous, dangerous, dangerous man.
I mean, when we were playing Toluca or whatever, he had like 3 header opportunities that I'm not sure, Alan Polito misses, but also when he's on the field, Alan plays kind of a more central role, and it's like, it's just a weird situation we're in here. I don't know what our formation or our system is.
I don't think we know what to do with Alan.
Yeah. He's a very expensive guy out there, not getting many touches or opportunities, but you do what you got to do to win this game. And if Willie's the guy up top, then by all means, keep doing it and see what happens.
Yeah, shit. I'm right there with you.
Well, cool, man. What are you thinking? Anything else you want to talk about today?
Oh, yeah. I mean, not really. I just hope we can turn it around, man. This year has been a lot of just this kind of middle of the road. There'll be a couple spurts of there'll be a couple of games or streaks will give you hope, and you just want to go in with every fiber of your being, and then we'll have right after that something that will just pull you back down. And I think this fan base is ready to go all in. We can't with the way the product is on the field.
I know. We need some kind of, I don't know, man. Patrick Mahomes needs to show up or something and get people excited again. Because he's something else when he can be in attendance and people just react like crazy people. Just absolutely insane. Patrick?
Well, it makes me think of last year with St. Louis. Yeah, we have the rivalry, which is a big part of that. But the fans, you could just feel the energy with the fans as a whole, even if it wasn't, with St. Louis. But there's just that atmosphere and energy there. And because we were coming in hot into the playoffs, we're coming in, we're rolling, and we haven't had any sparks or any moments like that this year, and I think that's the tough part.
Exactly. I do need to acknowledge that while there was no game, I do have to talk about the Holiday Distillery toast of the match. And buddy, that who's it going to? What did I say before this show started?
To the league, all 14.
To MLS, dude. All 4 MLS teams. So this is for America. Toast of the match is for Major League Soccer in the semifinals of the League's Cup. That's
red, white, and blue, baby.
Wouldn't that have been nice if I remembered that earlier in the show? Maybe we need to do a little copy and paste in here and make it look like I was smart.
Well, Nick's a wizard. He'll figure it out.
I'm all over the damn place sometimes, man. It's been the longest weekend of my life. My voice is shot. It's been a time. So,
well, you missed some good games on the women's side, buddy. So,
we're going to talk all about it and about that Vizio nonsense. Just clip this down for a trailer about me bitching about Vizio. Even though I have Vizio, but I'm mad that I couldn't have it on my phone where I was,
Yeah,
crap.
It's pretty tough.
But I didn't have to sweat my butt off with you, so that's fine.
we actually, I'll mention this on the next episode for the current, but we actually sat up because of the sun, the 5:00 game. We actually kind of sat up where the shade was, like in our section. So we were able to avoid the sun for a good little while. It was quite nice, actually.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I was sweating my butt off in that freaking wig for the White Ranger yesterday, man. It was we were outside. I was like, find me a shady tree right now. This is horrible. I was leaking pretty bad.
I think anybody was watching you guys like from a distance, like all these people dressed up as Power Rangers, like these grown adults, not knowing it was like some type of legitimate deal and not just a bunch of fans.
Yeah. Did you see Kimberly and Trini, the Pink Ranger and the Yellow? They look so good. They look just like those women.
I have to go back and look at the pictures. I'm excited now. I'm excited.
It was pretty cool. And when they do that premiere, I think, of course, the Black Ranger is on as a producer, that Walter Jones, so he'll come down and to the premiere and shit. It's like, what a neat thing to be a part of.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I'll just go hang around, try to be around a bunch of famous people. So
hell yeah. Well, dude, Chris, thanks so much for being here today, man. It means a lot to me that you could fill in. It's never fun to go at it alone, so I'm glad you were here.
Thanks for having me.
Imagine if I did it alone, I'd be all over the place. Nick would just be like, what are you talking about?
It would turn into a movie and a wrestling podcast with some soccer sprinkled in. I
did one alone years ago where we recorded ourselves. I did one alone, and it was like, do I have friends? Like, I'm just here talking to myself in a room. Like, but it was also like really good. So I don't know. It was weird. I was stroking my own ego.
I remember when we recorded a long time, years ago. I think I had bad audio issues, but we've come a long way, and it's always fun to hop on here and talk sporting games.
Long ways. So, as always, folks, hit us up on socials, at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21, at No Other Pod. Leave the ratings and reviews. Hit us up on the Mint mobile text line at 913-407-6524. Catch me and Chris on currently on Wednesday, where we're talking all things KC Current champions, baby.
A lot to talk about.
Champions! And we'll see you next time. Maybe Jimmy will be back next week. If he's not, maybe it's just me. Who knows? Get excited. For Chris, I'm Daniel. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya.